Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Espero que se le estén pasando bien, checando este video. Usted lo puede ver en el día, en la tarde, en la noche, en la madrugada, a la hora que usted quiera. Pero esta vez vamos a ver un video muy diferente, pues ya que a mí, a mi familia, a mis hijos nos encantan las carreras y los trophies y toda esa cosa de la baja 1000 y baja 500. Pero estos muchachos de aquí de San Diego pues son un poquito muy atrevidos, pero parece como racers y pero no, para mí son como ya casi trophies, ¿no? Porque tienen una fuerza, una potencia estos carros en la arena. Y pero chéquelo usted, vamos a verlos, vamos a ver estos muchachos, ya está. Hasta tickets en la calle les han dado por andar con sus carritos trophies, ¿no? Son trofeos prácticamente para ellos. Y con esto, pues también le mando un saludote para mi hijo, que es también mecánico de este tipo de carros. Entonces, bueno, pues para mi bebesote, mi bebecito y a Lore. Bueno, pues vámonos, vamos a ver, vamos a checar estos carros. Síganme, vámonos.
The shot right there. Wow. That was the shot. Editors, that was the shot.
So we come halfway across the world, shoot some drag racing. Our friend Mo tells us we're gonna go out to the sand dunes today, and that was a big enough surprise when we got here. We have another surprise, and a buggy you might recognize. Check this out. Look who it is.
What's up?
We fly halfway across the world to find an American badass.
Dude, perfect timing, man. Random chance. I love it.
So I think the internet knows you pretty well, but I've never seen the bug in person, and it blew my mind to know it was over here. So tell me the story about why you're here.
So, obviously you guys have seen the video. That was like a last hurrah. These guys over here, Muhammad, had interest in purchasing it. So with that being said, we're like, let's go film something special, because it's been a special part of me, and I mean, it's branded on me for life. So.
And before we go too far, in case anybody hasn't seen it, you tore this thing through, was it San Diego?
Yeah. All within like pretty much 5-10 miles from the radius of my house. Just little areas that we've thrashed on, obviously growing up, you know, being young kids just with a need for speed. So
do you get a lot of backlash from it?
I did at first, man. I mean, I had news reporters showing up at my house after like it hit the news, and I was like, my mom's like, calls me and I'm at work, and she's like, hey, there's like 2 news reporters that have stopped by today looking for you. Like, what's up? And I'm like, like, so I called my my attorney and was like, hey, plug your head in there and see what's going down, because I think some heat might come this way, because after I saw the news interviews and they touched down, what will law enforcement do?
Now police tell me they're now combing through this video to try to figure out who this driver is, because this kind of driving will not be tolerated in San Diego.
It ended up being a big ordeal where they wanted to confiscate the car and use it as evidence for basically a dangerous weapon, a lethal weapon on the streets, and the car was already here. It was already in Qatar? In Qatar, thank God, because
so you didn't drop the video until it was already overseas?
Yeah, we kind of thought about that, and he just had some perplexed media, Corey. He had some other things going on, so it was a blessing that it took a little bit for it to get kind of wrapped up, but then when it did, and the car was already here, and they were already barking wheelies with it, the dude from Emirates Shipping called me, and he's like, yo, why are the police here looking for this buggy? And I'm like, well, we did a little video, I'll send you the link, but tell them if they want it to go to Qatar to get it. So
I'm sure they weren't expecting that.
No, they got kind of bummed out that they were coming up empty-handed, so they went back to the mayor of San Diego and filed a pretty big I guess discovery. 26 misdemeanors, ended up settling for 6. It ended up being a slap on the wrist, but probably the most productive 45 days I've ever had. Jail was just a nap time. First time going to jail was for doing something I had a lot of fun doing, which is cool.
It looked like a blast.
Yeah, man, here she is. She used to be gray. In the video, she was gray.
I was gonna say, it looks a little different.
Yeah.
So show us around.
Yeah, so
What's the body?
the body is a 67 VW. I started this when I was 17, still in high school. I saved up enough money to buy the material. Bought the material, built the cab cage, and then started working my way forward. Front suspension is a what you would call a center mount front end. So something that you would find on, you know, a class 1 car, a trophy truck, a truggy. It's all plate work, the bulkhead with the steering, the lower arms, this spindle upright 2-inch hollow hubs, a tube upper, Howe power steering, king coilovers, and king triple bypass. So everything's fully tunable. Yeah, man. I mean, this is pretty stout, but I think we should get to the good part, the supercharged LS
We're on the wrong
motor.
side, yeah. Let's check out the back.
It's an LS1 base block. It is stroked, and it has a good set of heads on it. It has a Whipple 3300 supercharger, puts down about 12 pounds of boost, and with that, crank is about 696 is what it dynoed on crank, and then to the wheels about 520. So this car weighs just under 3,000 pounds. So with that kind of horsepower, as you've seen,
Yeah, it
she
digs
bars
in and wheelies. Hell yeah. We're gonna hop in this thing and see what it's all about. We've never been anything like this before.
You guys are in for a treat.
I can't
For
wait.
sure.
So
Popping French cherry. So I've never done this before. He just came over and asked, have you ever done a wheelie? No? All right, we're gonna do one.
Yeah. All right. Get the full experience. I heard you like Volkswagen.
I do. I'm the resident Volkswagen guy.
Probably seen this one in San Diego, ripping up the streets.
A couple times. Yeah.
Came all the way from San Diego to give you a ride in Katoro.
I appreciate that.
windshield. We didn't.
So you're telling me that this power plant is 1,000 horsepower turned all the way down and 1,500 turned all the way up. What kind of turbos does it
Twin
have?
turbos, small, very small turbo.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a 67 maybe?
Yeah, yeah. And the engine built by Redline Performance Racing.
Oh, okay.
It's the most like famous factories there for the engines, because the most of Qataris people they use the CBM.
Yep.
And this time we tried the Redline, and the power is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How much boost is it at turned all the way down, do you know?
Now zero is 1,000.
Okay.
1.5 and 1.7 bar.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Alright. One hell of a day out in the dunes. That was a blast. Didn't expect that.
I didn't know what to expect coming out here, and I got the bug now. That was the most fun you could possibly have, with some of the like best rigs you could ride in, and some of the best drivers in the world. Like we got spoiled, and that was insane.
I think that's a wrap from Qatar. We're gonna hit the plane tomorrow and head back to the States, where it's freezing. So thank you for everyone that's hosted us here. It's been a blast. We'll see you guys next time.